Hi, today we are going to practice our irregular words using the sound out strategy. Let's start. This is a tricky word. The word is was. What's the word? Was. Now I'm going to sound out this word. W, a, s. That's how we sound out the word, but this is the way we say it. Was. How do we actually say it? Was. Was. Now it's your turn to sound out this word the regular way by saying the most common sound for each letters. W, a, s. Yes. But how do we actually say the word? Was. Say it again. How do we actually say the word? Was. Yes, good job. Now we'll move on to the next word. This is also a tricky word. This is the word do. What's the word? Do. Now I'm going to sound out this word using continuous blending. Do. Oh. That's how we sound out the word, but this is how we say it. Do. How do we say it? Do. Now it's your turn to sound out this word the regular way by saying the most common sound for each letter. D. Oh. Yes. But how do we actually say the word? Do. Say it again. How do we actually say it? Do. Yes. Okay, next word. This is the word of. What's the word? Of. Now I'm going to sound out this word. O. Off. That's how we sound out the word, but this is the way we say it. Of. How do we actually say it? Of. Yes. Now it's your turn to blend or to sound out this word the regular way by saying the most common sound for each letter. Of. But how do we actually say the word? Of. Again, how do we actually say the word? Of. Yes. Now the next word. This is the word said. What's the word? Said. Yes. Now I'm going to sound out this word. S-a-d. That's how we sound out the word, but this is the way we say it. Said. How do we actually say it? Said. Yes. Now it's your turn to sound out the word by saying the most common sound for each letter. S-a-d. Yes, but how do we actually say the word? Said. How do we actually say the word? Said. Yes. Okay, next word. This is the word to. What's the word? To. Now I'm going to sound out this word. T. Oh. But this is how we actually say it. To. How do we actually say it? To. Now it's your turn to sound out sound out this word the regular way by saying the most common sound for each letter. T. Oh. But how do we actually say the word? To. Again, how do we actually say it? To. Yes. Okay, now I'm going to give each of y'all magnetic boards so that we can practice spelling these words. First, we're going to spell out the word was. What's the word? Was. Yes. So as we move each letter, we're going to say what the letter is. So, how do you spell was? W-A-S. Was. W-A-S. Was. Awesome. Next is the word do. How do you spell the word do? D-O. Awesome. Now we're going to get the letters. Do. D-O. Do. Great. Next is the word of. How do you spell the word of? O-F. Yes, of. O-F. Of. Next, the word said. How do you spell said? S-A-I-D. Now we're going to grab the letters. Said. S-A-I-D. Said. Lastly, we have the word to. How do you spell the word to? T-O. So let's grab those. T-O. Two. Great job. Next, I'm going to give each of y'all a dry erase board and we're going to practice writing the letters or the words. So first, we're going to start with the word do. I want you to write do on your whiteboard, just how you see it. D-O. Do. Awesome. Now I want you to write do as big as you can. D-O. Do. Now I want you to write do as small as you can. D-O. Awesome. Now let's write do in all caps, all uppercase letters. D-O. Great. Now I'm going to take away your card and then I want you to write it as from your memory. Awesome. Okay. From your memory, write do. Duh. Do. Do. Awesome. Good job. Next, the word is of. So can we copy down of as it's written here? Of. O-F. Great. Now let's write of as big as we can. O-F. Great. Now let's write of as small as we can. O-F. Perfect. Now let's write of in all uppercase letters. O-F. Awesome job. Okay, now let's write of from our memory. O-F. Of. Great job. Now let's move on to the next word, which is said. Let's start by writing it as we see it. Said. S-A-I-D. Awesome. Now let's write said as big as we can, which I don't know if it's going to be that big, but write it bigger than this. Said. Okay, now write said as small as you can. Perf. Now let's write said in all uppercase letters. Said. Great job. Now let's write said from our memory, exactly how we remember it. Okay. Said. Great job. That's awesome. Now we can write the next word, which is to. So let's just write it regular, how we see it. To. Great job. Now let's write it as big as we can. To. Now can we write it as small as we can? To. Good job. Now let's write it in all uppercase letters. two. Awesome. Looks so good. Now let's do it from our memory, exactly how we remember seeing it without the card there. Down, cross. Two. Great job. Okay, now we can go to the next word, which is was. What's the word? Was. Great. Now let's write it how we see it. Was. Okay, now let's write it as big as we can. Was. Now we should write it as small as we can. Perfect. Now let's write it in all. Oh, I did this a little bit wrong. But now we'll write this one in all uppercase letters and pretend that this one is normal, like this. Make this a little smaller. This one, as big as we can, should look like this. But that's okay. Okay, next, let's write was from our memory, exactly how we remember seeing it. Good job. Now, we're going to move on to some words that we have learned. So let's practice. I'll start the first one. We'll do the first row and I'll help you. Okay. This word is was. What is this word? Was. This word is do. What is this word? Do. This word is said. What is this word? Said. This word is of. What is this word? Of. This word is to. What is this word? To. Awesome. Now we're going to practice reading the words. When I point and sweep under the word, I want you to read it out loud. Ready? Do. Was. Of. To. Said. Said. To. Was. Do. Of. Of. Do. Said. Was. To. Of. Do. Said. Was. Awesome job. Okay, now we're going to practice reading sentences. So first, we're going to whisper read the sentences as quietly as we can. And then we're going to say the sentence at a regular voice, just like this. I was just a bit I was just a bit mad. Okay, now let's do it together. Now it's your turn, actually. I was just a bit. I was just a bit mad. Next. Do not gag. It is up to us. It is up to us. Mom said I can. Mom said I can. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Awesome job. That's the end. Good job today.